Alex here on the Neon Blizzard channel. This is a deluxe home improvement episode. I'm going to show you how I went from a cheap stick-on tile backsplash on this wood paneling home to this very nice and very legitimate ceramic tile backsplash. Join me for the ride. Hey, it's coming off really. We're going to be upgrading this backsplash to real tile. But there is a catch. This whole house is made from wood paneling. Here we go. I wonder how much this stuff costs. First, gotta find the studs. I don't know if this thing's gonna work because it's wood. Oh, I guess it does work. It's about 30 square feet total. So luckily I only need 2 pieces of hardy backer. Let's do one there. The old school way, if there's actually a stud there. 100%. Just so I remember, when I put it on. It's a good way to mark studs. There says another one now. Okay, let's check it. Oh yeah, it's there. 16 on center. You never know. Especially with kitchens, especially with houses that are made out of wood paneling. I only went in like that deep with the drill bit just to make 100% sure there's a stud there. I marked these 2 studs because I'm gonna have to splice in a piece down here. It's weird, it still doesn't have a backer here. A stud here, obviously. I forgot to notch it out for the microwave. 6. 3 and like a quarter. Just a wooden spoon. Oh dang, and a dime? And it's heads up? Bro, what year is this? 2022. Oh, that's a collector's item. Look at how good this place used to look with that wallpaper. Oh yeah. So you only want to use a circular saw to cut this stuff. If you have adequate ventilation, usually you just use a razor blade, like sheetrock. But this way is easier and quicker for me. Picked up this thing and it locks my bits in place. Why are you? You want to sink it flush, but not too far because it's cement board and it will just go right through it. Boom. I kind of hate these things. I'm just gonna trace these outlets because they have the screwless plate. I'm gonna have to bring this out like a 1/2 inch. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. Whenever you have pieces of sheetrock or hardy back or anything like that, that's weird shapes like this, I like to draw a picture of it. So it's gonna be like this. Right? With a rectangle cut out. This saves like time and a lot of times material. Like if you cut it wrong. All right, let's see how that goes. No, wait, no, you keep that one. bit of Schluter before we're ready, just to see what it looks like. And that's looking nice. So now I just gotta cut this piece. You're not supposed to cut metal this beefy with a chop saw. You can do it, but don't do it. You wanna dry fit everything, make sure everything's good to go. Before you put any glue or screws in it. And that looks really nice. We're just gonna go with good old liquid nails. And I did this on the other one too. You guys just didn't see it. Sick. The Schluter. Boom. All right. But yeah, that's on there. Glued and schlutered, and everything's good. Here's the other easier way to do it. Mark your points. Razor knife. A couple times. Boom. And then it breaks right there. So what you want to do is knot that. I have to buy another piece of hardy backer anyways. I miscalculated. Had to pick up another piece of... No? I like it when it says it's gonna outlast the project. Here's the neighborhood I'm at. It is Golden, Colorado. Actually, Tim's house is probably one of the nicer looking ones on the block, to be honest. It's a nice truck, once they paint it. What I gotta do with my car is clean out the back. Oh, that's all my snowboard stuff. So here's all my scraps. And I calculated 30 square feet. It's less than 30 square feet. That's my other two scraps. So even if I didn't break that piece, I wouldn't have had enough. Can you believe that? I needed 4 pieces of hardy backer for these 2 small backsplashes. I'm sorry, 3 pieces. I'm gonna close the garage door because it's like 7 and it's a residential neighborhood, and I want to be courteous. This helps a lot. So I'm gonna go remeasure it one more time. If you do carpentry, especially work by yourself a lot, these things come in handy in so many different applications. It's crazy. That fits like a glove, baby. Even if you're 100% sure you cut it correctly, still dry fit it, make sure it works, make sure it fits. So I'm putting construction adhesive on it, which I think is gonna work better in this application than mortar would. Fit right. Green screws, it smashes the edge. The impact works way better than the regular drill. Saturday morning, real nice and early, we're going to install the tile. Dude, don't even start with me. As always, it took way longer than I thought. It's 8 p.m. on a Friday. Make sure the whole house is locked. That's locked. This is locked. This is locked. This is a vacant house. Which, no offense to any of my customers, is like a contractor's dream. Not only is there's no one here, there's no furniture. It's like the best. Can't forget the shades for the morning. So Tim's house is actually in a pretty cool zone. It's in Golden, Colorado, but it's like literally at the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. This is one of the coolest views on I-70.
So it's not such
to always aim high. She didn't expect it. Gonna be a hot show tonight. Feel it. When I set my watch back to it, I believe.
For the cinematic shot. Oh yeah. There's Denver. Well, I gotta do some music soon. Old Neon Blizzard. Good morning, fam. Just wanted to show you something. This rarely ever happens, but you can't even see Denver. That's one big thing of fog. It starts right there. Crazy. This is like never, ever, ever happens. You can see it clear as day usually. I gotta do my morning ritual, wake up and stuff. Then we'll get back to Thailand. Breakfast of champions, yo. Treacherous driveway. Subscribe to my channel already so I can buy this house. Oh man, my least favorite turn when it snows. One time I saw a Tesla fly right in there where that tree is. Just straight, boom. But nothing to complain about, you know, about this, this commute. Not bad. It's really not a bad commute, not gonna lie. Let me know in the comments, are you a real man if you drive an electric truck named Rivian? This Goodyear truck just made me think of that 70s show episode where Chong is like, hey man, I saw a blimp and he told me to have a good year. When you do construction, especially when you have your own business, you basically live at Home Depot and Lowe's. The furthest away. All right, first things first, I'm gonna do a little cleanup. Got this thing. And I got this thing. It's outside. These are never labeled. There's 4. Okay. All right, so 1, I didn't have to take that out. I could have just slid that thing over it, like I did over there. 2, I need longer screws like this because they don't reach. Back to frickin' Home Depot. Well, at least I grabbed the right size because that's looking sick. All right, there we go. Went and got the screws. Now everything's ready to go. I'm gonna clean up and start tiling. That's always the best dad joke. So this is the plate that has the screwless, this thing cover on there like that. So bam, 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 and bam. All right. I turned off everything that says kitchen, so I'm just gonna shut off the main. I'm not taking the chance, I don't care. Oh no. I just stripped that screw. I was just about to say this one was the easiest one to do. Do a little cleanup. So my tape sticks to right there. This poor little tile's been begging to get stuck to the wall all day. Don't worry, little guy. We're about to get it. The reason I left that gap is so I can actually pull the tape out after the tile's set. I'm just gonna follow the countertop because it's straight enough for this project. Just kidding. We're gonna start from over there. All right, first row done. 6 inches long, so halfway would be 3. Mush it on there. Put a spacer here. And voila. Who needs a tile saw when you got a steady hand like mine? There we go. Oh yeah. We're all done with just the one. Do a little bit of cleanup. Come back on Monday. I just realized I didn't tile right there, but I'm over it. It's time for the weekend to begin. I'm going to Breckenridge. That thing's sick. That bike's sick too. I used to have one kind of like that. Loveland ski area looking pretty bare. Yeah, when the first settlers came to Colorado in 1554, they actually built this tunnel with nothing but dynamite. It's crazy. You know, even if nobody watches these videos, this is like a time capsule for me, and a time capsule like for just history, like what did stuff look like back in 2026, you know? People will be looking back on this maybe in 2050 or something like that. That's a semi trailer thing. See, I told you it was established in 1861, but they built the tunnel before 1861, and that's why it was established, because the gold rush made electricity happen here, and then the trees grew, and then the people came. This runaway truck ramp, there was people sledding down it with kids this winter. Good thinking, guys. Thousands of people each year come to Breckenridge in search of a fun mountain lifestyle, but then they get chewed up and spit out by Main Street. All right, so later we're going to a benefit there for my brain.
We got 210. We got 210. This is a $700 snowboard. That's a $700. Oh, we got a 250 from Jeff Meyer. Goddamn son of a bitch. We got 250 over here. Anybody got 360? 360. Anybody got 360? Jeff Meyer has 350. Do I got 360? 360. Come on. 360. That's a snowboard trick. He's got 360. Do I got 375? 360 going twice. You're gonna be 375. 375. Whoa! we got 400. I got 400. Come on, the boy's got a bad knee. He can't even walk. Okay, we got 375 going once, 375 going twice, 375 going 2.5 times. We got 400. Come on, somebody's got to do 400. Look at that. Sold! Check wire for 375. I tried to get him on the United States and Alaska.
You have a style with your life. You
Yes, life,
work.
style. The cookie shop. Greg used to work here for 17.7 years. Pro snowboarder.
OG.
Pro snowboarder.
Wannabe.
Whack, dude.
Whack. Whack, whack, whack.
Timeshare, baby.
Whack,
What's this
whack.
place called? Timeshare? A chalet?
You know it's a good establishment when the urinal is being held together by duct tape. Wait, hold on. You're good.
That was a fun little trip to Breckenridge, wasn't it? We all had fun, didn't we? Now, all I gotta do is put the tile on this piece, grout tomorrow, and I'm done. I got myself a little tile cutter so I can actually do the tiles in here. Eee! Oh, that is nice. That is totally worth the $30. All right, this backsplash is done and set. Now I just gotta finish 2 rows right here behind the stove, and I'm done setting tile. Last piece. It did not go very smoothly, but that's the last piece. Oh, look at the battlefield. Yeah. All right, do a little cleanup, take all my tools home, come back and grout tomorrow, and I'm donezo. All right, I might as well do a little tour of my the back of my truck here. So this is my like handyman hand tools thing. I've made thousands of dollars with just this thing. It has pretty much every hand tool you can think of. And then all my drill attachments that are on the go in here. Then all my screws and drills and batteries in this little container. I used to have those in the same container as my cutting tools, but they all got kind of cluttered. This is my painting stack. Everything I would ever need to paint almost anything in the world is in this stack right here. Boom. And all the little stuff, little dust brush, my Parities, my sanding stuff goes right there. This goes on top. And this is kind of a follow-up to the painting. It's all the stuff. So right there, pretty much all you need to paint anything, ever. My whole entire business can fit back here. Pretty crazy. Looks pretty awesome, to be honest. All right, I got all this stuff to grout tomorrow. Sponge, grout thing, the edges, and the actual grout. Little spaghetti, a little chicken thighs. We're grouting tomorrow and finishing it up. All right, we're back on the scene for day 3. First thing I'm gonna do is take these off. Not actually alone today on the scene. Got a guy painting all the ceilings today. I'm gonna take all the spacers out so I can get the tape out. Instead of pulling all these out individually, I'm just gonna do this. Doesn't that work great? This stuff's actually easy to wash because it's very, very slick. I'm gonna use something plastic to get all the excess. Over there, and this, that, and another bedroom. And then he's coming in here. So I got a ticking time clock right now. So here's my grout, non-sanded, because the gaps are 1/16 of an inch, and you don't use sanded grout for anything smaller than 1/8 of an inch. You want to mix this stuff with a stir stick, not a high-speed stirrer, because that adds bubbles to the grout and reduces its strength. You want to mix this up really nice because you don't want any clumps or anything like that coming out in the seams. And if you were mixing anything more than this, you might need something a little more sturdy than this. I don't really like working out of a bucket. Put it in here. It's just easier to maneuver. You want to do something like this after you're done with the trowel. So I started washing this a little too early before it's set. That's why I got this going on. So you want to let it chill and set up before you start washing it. You can kind of do some washing before, just to get some of the excess out of there, make sure all the lines are nice. After you wash it about 57 times, you want to go back and look if you're missing any spots and try to make all the lines be as uniform as possible, as close to 1/8 of an inch as possible. This is the time to do it, because right now you can fix it and still kind of work with it. There are many sealers that you want to do. 511 impregnator. I'm gonna put that ceramic tile caulk on the joints between the tile and the wood, because I think it'll last way longer. All right, I put some tape on it just because I want the line to be extra straight. Here we go. How does this, like, I push the thing, and this still keeps coming out, no matter what. And once that dries, we can clean up those little things right here, and it'll look perfecto mundo right here. You know, I like using tape. Look at how nice of a line it leaves. And it takes like 2 seconds to put the tape on. Here's the tape guy. But look at that. The last thing I really wanted to do to make this look badass, this you can do without tape and stuff. Just put a really thin bead of caulk. Obviously, you only have to do this if you have this situation. Wet the finger. Boom. And boom. Baby! That's what I'm talking about. Wanted to show you guys what's happening on April 30th.
when it was summer all winter, literally like 70s and 80s up here. And now it's April 30th when the season's over, no one cares. And it's just beautiful snowing and just being super annoying. Even more treacherous, the driveway. Sliding. Now you see why this corner is so treacherous. Treachery. Oh, luckily the road's not slippery. Whew. Pretty winter wonderlandy, huh, though? It's May, but it's May. All right, I'm in the middle of another job. I thought it was gonna be a simple repair, but I didn't look to see that it was plywood, so now I gotta build a box out of sheetrock there. Otherwise, it's just gonna fall apart again. But I have that piece of sheetrock at the other job, so I can go seal the grout and grab that sheetrock piece and go to lunch. This is the hallmark of an organized worker. All right, I'm back here, and dang, it looks sweet, except for, what's that? That is not key. Also happened right here, probably where it got wet. This is what it should look like. Bada bing bong, you know? I'm going to polish, get all that off with the microfiber. This is the final step. Touch up the caulk line there and there. This is actually crazy for May 1st. Oh, look at this. What a treat. Look at that thing. That thing drives up here. It's crazy. But, I mean, this is Beautimus Maximus here. I swear, all winter, I've seen it look like this maybe twice, 2 other times. And now it's May 1st. Here we go. How's my sketchy corner doing? Oh, it looks like... oh yeah, it's definitely slick just right there, but we got lucky. Whew, God, Colorado is so Beautimus. Turned out pretty dang sweet. Only 2 days. That was definitely a rush job and 2 long days, but looks really nice. All right, I came back after the weekend to fix that and this, and then seal the grout lines. So here we go. Much better. The spot I completely forgot about. I really hate using this thing because this is super annoying. Oh, this is so much easier. Just dip the brush, go on there. That bottle thing is terrible. Wipe off all the excess a couple times with the dry microfiber cloth. And this is a very important step for this kind of grout. This stuff you don't seal that because that's a silicone based grout line. That right there, that's good Mark's craftsmanship. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah! I had to straighten that one out. If you enjoyed that video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I don't only do construction on this channel. I don't know if that's the right way to run a channel, but it is what it is. I'm definitely not a tile expert by any means, so let me know what I could have or should have done differently in the comments, and keep on grinding, brothers and sisters. How's that for a catchphrase? Is that any good?